Hello, everyone. My name is Halle Rickhoff, and I'm here today to talk to you about the why, when, and how of mask wearing. Should I wear a mask? Being in a national pandemic is extremely scary, and there are a lot of questions that come about from all kinds of different people regarding our health and safety. I believe it is important that everyone is wearing their mask in public or when they are around people that aren't their immediate family or people that they live with. This is important for three main reasons, and these being they protect you from gaining any germs, they protect others from the spread of germs, and they are good hygiene and respectful to others in general. The first point to really bring up is that masks protect you and the people who wear it. Masks can stop the spread of germs, and during a pandemic, that is extremely important. For those who do not know, we are currently in a global pandemic and regarding the coronavirus illness. This is a respiratory disease that affects your lung and has cold-like symptoms. Um, it is important that we're doing everything we can to stop the spread of this, and masks being one of those reasons. You may not be transmitting the disease, but the person next to you may be. So, for all wearing our masks, it is limiting the chances of you getting those germs from that person. According to the Center for Disease Control, or the CDC, there were many human studies conducted in order to prove that masks are beneficial. One of these studies being that it was conducted in a salon. There were two hairdressers that later tested positive for COVID-19, but before they had been tested, they were asymptomatic, and they treated around 139 clients. Within these 139 clients, 67 of them were interviewed and tested, and all 67 came out to be COVID negative. So that just shows that since they were wearing their masks and keeping their distance and being really safe, um, still being in that closeness, intimacy of a client and a business person, they were still able to stay safe and keep the spread from spreading, or keep the illness from spreading too much. Also found on the Health Sciences of the San Diego website, there were some research about comparing Taiwan and New York. Within this, they talked about, since they both had a 20 million population range, in Taiwan, they used mask mandates and they were really safe about their social distancing and wearing their masks in high risk situations. They had a total of 441 COVID positive cases and 7 deaths. While in New York, there wasn't a large mask mandate, and they had 353,000 COVID positive cases and 24,000 deaths. While masks are not the only reason that this is happening, it's still really important to point out, since it is something that is definitely helping in this trend. This graph just shows a little bit of that, and it just shows a little bit of that comparison. I couldn't find one that showed New York and Taiwan, but this one shows the United States and Taiwan, and it's still showing how drastic the United States is up above everyone else. So it's really important that we start looking into this kind of stuff. The second reason to bring up is that masks protect those around you. You may be asymptomatic and not realize that you're contagious. So in that circumstance, asymptomatic means that you are COVID positive, but you aren't showing the symptoms. You can still be spreading the disease in this way. These graphs just show how often people are asymptomatic and don't realize it. So all of the orange are people that are asymptomatic in Vermont, and it just kind of shows a little bit of that to show how common it actually is. Also, according to Nina Bai, the author of Still Confused About Wearing Masks, here's the science behind how face masks prevent coronavirus. Masks protect us by preventing germs and droplets from breaking up and expelling into farther distances. So these two graphics right here kind of show how important that is, with the droplets being expelled in the first one, and the risk differences with the masks on the second one. It just kind of gives us a better idea, and it puts it into a visual perspective, which is really helpful. Also, when it comes to protecting others, autoimmune diseases are super important to bring up because these people, if we are wearing our masks, it lessens the chances of people, autoimmune disease people, to contract the disease. These two graphics are just showing how common they actually are and what kind of autoimmune diseases can be affected by this. Um, and the hospitalization records just shows that it's important that we are doing everything we can to help these people. Also, the last thing to bring up is that masks are good hygiene and very respectful. According to the article, 5 Really Good Reasons to Wear a Mask, written by Talon Washington Harmon, medical professionals wore masks as the norm even before the pandemic. They wore them when interacting with their patients, just to keep all germs and allergies from being spread within each other, and it was keeping them and their patients safe. In the same article, it talked about how in other cultures, it is a sign of respect to wear your mask on a daily basis. When you are ill or you are experiencing allergies, it just is a way to show that you care about everyone and you don't want to be giving that to people if you don't have to be. Now that we have kind of addressed all of the reasons why you need to wear your mask, it's important that we realize how to properly wear masks. Um, this is super important because if we're not wearing them correctly, there's no real reason of wearing them. So, according to the diagrams that I found in the article When and How to Use Masks on the World Health Organization website, it gives us some do's and don'ts on the speculations of what we should be doing in order to wear our masks. The first one is just showing us some really important do's like covering your mouth, nose, and chin, washing your hands, keeping everything clean, and you know, wearing our masks prospectively. And then there's some don'ts on the other side, just showing us like not to wear a mask under the nose, not to share your mask with others, and not to use like dirty masks. And this just helps us really maximize the type of health and safety that we can be portraying. As you can see, masks are extremely necessary for us during any type of pandemic because they protect you from germs, they protect others from germs, and they are just good hygiene and respectful to others. Um, in general, everyone benefits from wearing masks, and it's important that we continue to do so. This is the only body that you are given in this life, and it's important that you do everything in your power to keep that body safe. In conclusion, wear your mask. Thank you for listening.